We're gonna get eaten by a giant animal. I missed something, I believe, in the razor. So I'm gonna do that real quick. That'll be our last one for this, and then we'll hop into our first princess of the next session. Alright, let's go, narrator. By the way, since last stream, I have found out the voice actor has a podcast that I've been listening to, and it's good. And I hate podcasts, but it's good.
You must have the wrong address.
Oh, I don't think there's another cabin unless I walk away too many times, ma'am.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Thanks.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
No.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck.
Not the sleeve blade!
Blood sprays.
She doesn't have a
Your
sleeve.
severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time. With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Cool.
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
Tell me this isn't the adversary.
somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
The sleeve was her skin. Boy howdy! Let me introduce you to the razor.
She's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yay! So,
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay.
okay. Alright. Cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Oh, I miss this. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Okay.
Couldn't be more on the money. We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking.
Got him.
I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait, what was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Something sharp digs into your side. Quick, let's get out of here.
Can't run.
It's too late for that now. It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there.
I just want to pop her in the mouth. It should be, right?
Now that is an interesting move.
Okay, maybe. Maybe this is it. No.
Interesting? It's disgusting. No, don't try romance. Yeah,
Oh.
Do we have to flirt with the murderous monster? Of course we do.
Did we
I'm
not?
into it. The one making the decisions is into it. Are you not?
I'm kinda into it.
I don't think so. I don't know.
We never did this?
I could go either way, honestly. She doesn't want us. You're just saying that because you want her to be into you. I know. I thought I was being obvious.
Oh. My god. We... Did it? Okay, I think this is it. This has to be it. Why haven't we done this? Why haven't we flirted with the razor? Alright, so now that I have to do all of these because I've never done this path, let me just give her the look.
The look.
Yeah, the look.
Yeah, The best flirts know how to flirt without saying anything. We just have to let her know, right?
Yeah.
You flash the princess the look.
Yes.
And a rosy blush rushes to the princess's cheeks as she breaks into a wide grin. Unbelievable.
She said, ew. Oh my god.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too. Neat.
Neat.
Oh, be damned. This is actually going to work, isn't it?
Still going to kill you. But now we can both enjoy a mutual romantic subtext to the murder.
Like my favorite fanfics.
Or not.
At least she likes us. I've never been liked before.
Blush still glowing in her cheeks. The princess closes the distance between you and skewers you.
Aww.
Ow. What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit? What matters is that she likes us. She's even said as much.
She did. Smitty's right. How about you buy me dinner before impaling me to death?
A rosy blush flushes in the princess's cheeks, and a wide grin cuts across her face.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too.
Oh, be damned. This is actually going to work, isn't it?
But why mess around with appetizers when the main course is right here?
Dang, she called me a main course.
Or
Right?
not.
Right? Right?
At least she likes us. I've never been liked before.
We know why. I'm a snack. I just feel like I really get you. I like you. Romantically, even. Maybe we can hash this out over a date?
A rosy blush flushes in the princess's cheeks, and a wide grin cuts across her face.
You're sweet. I like you too. You're probably my favorite person other than me.
Aww.
Oh, be damned. This is actually going to work, isn't it?
Still gonna kill you though.
Or not.
Alright. I know you want to kill me, but has anyone ever told you how gorgeous you are? Woo!
A rosy blush flushes in the princess's cheeks, and a wide grin cuts across her face.
You're the only person I know, so that's a first. You're sweet. I like you. You're also gorgeous.
Oh, be damned. This is actually going
Or it's
to
not,
work,
though.
isn't it?
Still gonna kill you though.
Or not.
Say nothing. Or maybe was it the
I can
questions?
assure you that
Oh.
you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Her lines are the best. We're fighting her, obviously? Have I done this before?
We're fighting her. Are you forgetting the part where the cheeky one thought it'd be funny to throw our only weapon out the window? I mean, it was funny. Even she said it was funny.
It's pretty funny.
Oh yes, it was absolutely hilarious.
It was.
We'll all be laughing together once we're out of here.
Yeah.
Do any of us think we can hurt her like this?
Emotionally. Maybe we'll win.
Yes, exactly. Who knows what we're capable of? For all we know, that blade was holding us back. Okay, why not? Fists raised, you charge the princess.
Is this it?
Oh, so you do want to fight, huh? Okay, hit me. Hit me and see what happens. I'll give you a free shot and everything.
Here goes. We can make this work. Yeah. Mind over matter, mind over matter, mind over matter. What if she's lying? What if she isn't going to give us a free shot?
Go for it.
Fist
Yes!
slams into the princess's face and she recoils in pain.
That's all I wanted!
Huh. We actually did something to her.
We did it!
Ow, 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 ow. That hurt. What are your bones made of? Metal? Because mine are.
Before you can react, she returns a punch of her own. Only it isn't really a punch.
It's a shank.
Yes, we all know she has swords for arms. We have eyes. Well, she skewers you. Ow.
Ribbons! I'm going to make you ribbons. This is so much fun and I want to celebrate.
It would have worked if we punched harder. Oh, a new one of us.
We're going to appeal to her authority. Puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk this out.
Can we trust someone who wants us dead? Exactly. I think she established that at some point between stabbing us to death and directly telling us just now that she was going to kill us. You were the one who asked for ideas. Fine. Talk our way out of this. Maybe that's the answer.
Yeah. You know, I'm a big fan of winners, and you've got winner written all over you. How about we stop fighting and team up? I'll even let you be in charge.
Oh, for the love of... The princess stops for a moment, mulling over your deranged proposition.
Nah, not interested. And don't take it the wrong way. I think you're neat, but I'm having way too much fun to stop.
She thinks I'm neat.
Is this what it's like dealing with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. You're the worst one of us. You know that.
Bold words coming from the worst voice.
The last thing we need is to be arguing with ourselves while... But you never finish that argument before the princess closes the distance. She skewers you. Ow. Wow. She is absolutely uncompromising, isn't she? I know it seems weird, but if anything, this makes me want her to like us even more. Oh, a new one of us.
Look, both of us are stuck here against our will. What if we join forces?
Oh, for the love of...
Has anyone ever told you how good you are at stabbing things?
Nope, but I don't need anyone to tell me that. I know I'm good at what I do. The best, I think.
The princess pauses for a moment to further ponder your ill-placed compliment.
Hey, what gives? Are you trying to get on my good side?
Kinda. Is that her hands on her hips? Is that supposed to be her hands on her hips? Yes. Yes, I am. Did it work?
You're already on my good side. But that doesn't mean I'm going to not stab you. I'm having fun. Why would I stop?
Oh. Psh, what? Me? I'm just stating facts.
And hey, they're good facts. Great facts. And for what it's worth, you're already on my good side. But that doesn't mean I'm going to not stab you. Well, for what it's worth, you're already on my good side.
We're gonna go with not letting her stab us. We can dodge,
Okay,
right?
That's not a bad idea. What are we gonna do? Tire her out? Maybe. And we'll learn how she moves. If we can keep ourselves alive, that's one step closer to getting through them. But you don't have time to bicker amongst yourselves forever. Knives out, she charges you. She attacks once more, and she skewers you.
We're going to let her stab us, and we're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it.
That is the worst plan I've ever heard, and I absolutely love it.
I'm pretty sure we've done this. 'Cause cold.
Sure, why the hell not? Let's see if we can turn off the part of us that feels things.
Yeah!
If we can't feel things, then how are we supposed to know what's true? You could always just trust what I tell you.
How about no?
Ha! No.
Do your worst. I bet you can't even hurt me.
Sure thing. I love a challenge. I bet I can hurt you so much.
Bet.
The princess rapidly closes the distance. And then she skewers you. And? Does it hurt?
Good question.
No.
Yeah! Cold! Silently let her stab me.
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
I'm done explaining myself. I'm going to punch her now.
Ooh, someone's mad.
That's me.
Okay, why not? Fists raised, you charge the princess.
Oh, so you do want to fight, huh? Okay, hit me. Hit me and see what happens. I'll give you a free shot and everything.
We'll just end on
Here
that.
goes. We can make this work. Yeah. Mind over matter, mind over matter, mind over matter. What if she's lying? What if she isn't going to give us a free shot? Your fist slams into the princess's face and she recoils in pain.
Instead of asking the narrator questions, because I forgot this was the last one for this run, I'm just going to destroy the mirror. Dang! I'm sorry, narrator! You don't need answers from the thing that lives in the mirror. You already know what you are. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic.
If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are
Okay,
graces that
you're just
both
gonna
of us
fight me
use well.
constantly? If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led me to this moment?
If you're saying that,
There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it.
if you're saying that,
Can I just flat out slay her?
violence has always been our language, hasn't it?
I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
Free myself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings, spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it. But it does not yield.
I love you.
Oh, she said it. I didn't have to say it for once. Where's the actual stranger? I don't like this replacement. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
Oh, when we saw this in the wilds route, I thought it was the wigglers from Monster Hunter, but it's grass. It's it's sped up growing of grass. Ah. There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
What if, in making us, it saves the world regardless, because you're making two other gods that can function as reality stabilizers. So why did I have to step into the infinite? You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist, and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. This feels like the good ending. Not my good ending. It was a nice ending, though. Just not for me. Vor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Alright, so I'm going to be nice and not take the blade.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Hello? Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
Don't be a stranger.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Alright.
You're only making this more
Bite me.
Okay.
Alright. When are you going to
Make your way to
drop
bottom
the
of
blade?
stairs.
I'm going to try to slay her.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
I love Hero.
bastard! Were you lying to me?
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees.
Fight her!
We can still turn this around.
Huh. I'm gonna give up.
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job.
Are you calling me lazy?
The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room.
She's just like me for real.
Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Yeah.
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
Yay! Welcome to the Beast Root, boys!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
What voice do we have? Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here.
We have hunted!
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Here, let's go to the cabin. I love hunted.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
She will cheat.
Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
Not even that. I wouldn't trust me and my senses. You kidding?
That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe. The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated.
Is it?
It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Is it dilapidated? It looks pretty nice.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. What a strange thing to lie about. Maybe he doesn't see it, much like he hasn't seen what's already happened.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point? Actually, no.
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Hey! I'm gonna approach that mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Alrighty. No commentary from Hunted?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral.
I don't think I smell that bad.
Impatient. Or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs.
I'm gonna get an option?
The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
She could be, but she's right there.
You see
Never
only a
mind.
flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping.
It's scary.
It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified.
I'm a full-grown bird.
I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Where? Where the fuck am I moving, dude?
Anywhere.
Okay, that doesn't help. Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine.
We're not. Move.
I do love
There's a
Hunted.
shift in the humid air, and something enormous. The princess lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger.
You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you.
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous. The
Okay.
princess lunges from the shadows.
That's gonna happen
her
for
maw
a couple times. We don't have to kill each other. You know that, right?
There's a shift in the humid air.
Of course
and
there
something
is.
enormous.
Haha. I'm going to... I guess standstill does that too.
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous.
I got an achievement.
Lunges from the
Freeze.
shadows,
Freeze in front of a
her maw
creature.
Unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger.
Alright, last one. I'm actually going to try to move.
You lunge to the side,
Oh.
picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor
She's so
behind her.
cute. Look at her. Like a moose to the
Before you
lid.
can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit, what do we do?
What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants, just slay her.
Don't tell me what to do.
Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful.
Yeah, narrator.
She's just a princess. Don't overthink it. She is clearly not.
But why? Why do you want to kill me?
Why does anything kill anything else? She needs to.
Does she? That sounds like a piss poor excuse.
I didn't say I wanted to kill you.
It sounds like she wants to do something even worse.
Oh.
What she wants only matters if she wins, and you're not going to let that happen.
I mean,
She's
sweeten the
boiling for
pot
another
for me.
strike. Be somewhere else.
I don't want to run.
We're on the back foot.
I don't want to be on the back foot.
Foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive, if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Like... We don't have to kill each other. What if I helped you? What if we left together? If you could get out of here on your own, wouldn't you have already left?
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions.
A hero. Stop hiding and show yourself, coward.
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
Oh, I see you.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
You know who she looks like?
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else.
Nina from Full Metal Alchemist.
We're
That
on
was
the
her
back
name,
foot.
right?
The back foot keeps us nimble.
Edward. Big brother. I was sent to kill you because you're a threat to the world. I'm starting to believe that's true.
Oh, for the love of... You've given up the game. Great. All that will do is hasten her victory.
So many useless thoughts run through your head. Thinking, thinking, thinking. You'll never hurt me if you keep thinking.
You're deflecting.
And you bear your weakness to the world.
She's coiling for another strike.
Alright. How exactly are we supposed to take back the momentum here?
We have the blade. I assume all she has are nails and teeth. Let's use our advantage.
Last time we assumed stuff like that, she had a blade in her leg.
The steel claw is small and she is large.
Yeah,
It's
small.
dangerous to fight back. It should only be a last resort.
Yeah, I trust her. She seems friendly. She's friendly. Run for the stairs.
She's right there. We have to wait for an opening.
For
That's
when?
fair. She'll kill us if we try and run past her.
Yeah, but when? I'm going to survive.
You spring into a new patch of jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
No way we're back here. I don't think I can keep this up.
You have to. We at least have to make an opening.
Run for the stairs?
Yes, now's our chance. Quick.
Yeah!
And then what? We need a plan. We need to figure out something.
We need to get out of here.
Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive.
That's my boy.
As you turn to sprint for the stairs, you feel the air shift.
Dang it.
You instinctively glance behind you just in time to see the princess lunge from the shadows, more unhinged and dripping, eyes fierce and full of hunger.
Okay.
She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it?
Nope. No, it's not.
Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
Oh, hero.
You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time. The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting,
Love that sound.
then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
Excuse me, did you think I was joking about the vor? It's my stream title, sir. I would not joke.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her.
I could fix her.
Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
So is listening to you.
As you're hefted upwards,
Bitch.
the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
How much longer will I be
Does
alive?
that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something.
She had a bad day. I think I'm having the worst day here right now. Not to be like shifting pity points here, but I'm having a worse day. Thank you.
You still have that steel.
I'm sorry.
Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Can you talk to the cabin? Can you talk to the cabin?
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
You could have asked me before swallowing me alive.
I acted on my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slough from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
Blech.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
Spit me out or I'll kill myself, and nobody gets to leave.
I'm so very, very patient. If it takes lives and lives and lives to swallow my way to freedom, then that is what I'll do.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slough from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
You need me. You need me to want to free you, don't you? You can't force me to let you out of here.
Every creature craves freedom. You will too before you die.
The pulling has turned to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh
Jeez.
screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
I have my steel claw. I could use it to hurt you.
You threaten me, but you don't act.
Dig with the steel claw.
Though you have little room to move, you use what strength you can muster to drive the blade forward into the thick walls of tissue digesting you.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
I guess I would have had to start early like this.
Your body is violently
Oh.
jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slough from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
Keep going?
You slice again, deeper, rooting through her meat with the tip of your blade, until at last it finds her beating heart.
Her actual heart.
The pulling has turned to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
Why are you so excited?
You can't hold me forever.
Though your body is dissolving, eroding into unrecognizable shapes, your will drives it forward. You have a target, and you will strike it.
We're too late, aren't we? This isn't survival. This is spite.
No, it's something better. It's fulfilling a noble destiny. Your lone, functioning arm lashes out, stabbing up towards the princess's heart.
I got an achievement, Ahab. Strike the heart from the belly of the beast. We did it.
So you found a way to kill me. Then we'll die together. And I will see you again soon.
With those prophetic words, you do not draw another breath, your body tangled and melting in the cooling folds of the princess's flesh. Everything goes dark, and you die. But at least you've saved the world, I hope.
Yay, the wild! Which voice do I get? Oh.
We are a path in the woods. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling.
No, that's all wrong. I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very,
What voice?
very bad. Let's get our facts straight. What?
The thing that he tries to stare with.
Shut up. The rest of you, can she hear us if we talk?
Okay, and?
I can hear everything, little one. But you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
Oh, I like that. I don't feel so small anymore when you put it like that.
That's because you aren't small, even if you act that way. We're both so much more together than we were apart. And we can be so much more still. Vast, unfathomable.
You're not mad at us for stabbing you in the heart, are you?
Opportunist.
No. Are you mad at me for swallowing you whole?
Not really. It all seems so petty right now. She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand.
Remember how it felt?
We can't
Okay.
go back to that.
Doesn't all that.
I can feel a thumping, a heartbeat, like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
I think we should hear out whatever it is that's trying to be heard. I like to take all options into account before making any big decisions, and what's the harm in just listening?
Let's look at it.
Please, don't make us remember how I was.
And just like that, you start to fall apart.
I can remember it now. I didn't like being eaten.
I'd forgotten how much it burned. And the air was so hard to breathe. She didn't care. She didn't care at all. All of that digging with the knife, and we didn't even get to win. That was hard work.
It was.
I wanted to win. And what's the point of being part of a larger whole if we're not the one in charge of that whole? As you remember the terror and pain you felt at the hands of the princess, you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
A bird.
No, I devoured you. I won. I put things back the way they were supposed to be.
Some divisions, when sown, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were. A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole. And then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly.
Okay, so we've been here before.
At the center of it all is the princess.
I feel empty, don't you?
I feel safe. She isn't dangerous anymore. We could leave her. We could both live.
Alright, let's slay her with the hunted.
You raise the blade, taking aim at her heart. And then you strike.
I'm sorry.
But you never see her die. Okay, cool. I never wanted to kill you. Not really. But we can't be the same thing as each other. I had to put an end to whatever happened to us.
You devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming.
Try and stop me.
And that other thing is... We'll just have to wait and find out when it happens.
Ignore him. His words only confuse us. Just do it.
He's weak. Thinks he can... You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not. I'm... Fine. Whatever. You cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. Good luck getting her out of here.
I didn't think you would do that. After everything.
I love the Wilds. She's such a cool princess.
It's so cold without you.
I got her already for the witch. Why are you being nice to me? Aren't you a monster? Didn't you eat me? I can feel the pressure of the outside pushing in on us. What are we supposed to do about it?
We push back.
This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real.
Words aren't real.
That's right. I know a loser when I see one. Call his bluff.
He's not a loser.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
I trust you.
No, stop!
When his pleas disappeared, the sound of breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gazed through the tiniest hole in the world at the place you need to be.
Job well done, team. Just like I'd planned.
Good job.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this...
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole.
And then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
I don't like this. I'm supposed to be me, and you're supposed to be something that isn't me.
How could you say that? Look at us. We're almost everything. And we can be even more than this. Don't you feel our potential?
No, you're spot on. You exist, and not as some part of a gestalt entity mushed together with bits of you and the princess.
Gestalt.
You're an individual. You exist as your own self, complete with your own physical body, separate from hers. I'm not so sure about that.
Fine. You can leave.
Oh, can
I don't know, can you?
The click of what you presume to be a door ripples through the layers of suffocating flesh.
I? That wasn't so hard.
You feel her take another massive step, and then another, and then...
Dissolving will free a creature while under extreme duress.
And then... It's gone quiet, hasn't it?
You can feel a churning in the forms around you, and then a wet tunneling before you're ejected to a place that is nowhere at all.
I guess I don't need you to be a part of me. How lucky for you.
Where did I get ejected from? Why do you have bird feet like me?
This place is cold.
She is long. Oh, goodbye. But before you can say anything, something takes her away and leaves something else in her place.
That thing reeks of death.
Oh, we didn't do the stranger for the first route. This is new. This is new. You are at the cabin. Look at the little puppy! Lion, bird, crow, unicorn, ferret thing.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city.
I'm a person?
A person, a set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person.
Dehumanizing me.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
I don't know when I am.
I think that you are like me.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
Okay, lady. The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is consumed by instinct. A predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a bold heart. She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only a voice.
Dang.
Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
Alright, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
You won't.
You won't.
I've been here before. Everything goes dark, and you die. A feral vessel. Bring the beast to her. You can leave. Just let me go.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
The click of what you presume to be a door ripples through the layers of suffocating flesh.
That wasn't so hard.
Screw you.
In an act of spiteful defiance, you pull your weapon to your throat, your shaking, ulcerous hand clenched tight around its hilt. And then you draw it across your bubbling veins. Your blood flows out, filling the tiny space inside the princess. You start to fade. A waste of a good life. It's better than giving in to her. But in the end, the opinions of stray voices mean little in the grand scheme of things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Back to the wild.
We're part of her because she consumed us. Can she hear us if we talk?
I I can hear everything, little one.
It shouldn't count as her eating us.
Stubby!
If we offed ourselves.
Alright, let's just go through and let Stubby
We're
talk.
still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better?
I guess this is fine. Doesn't feel half bad. Miles better than being dissolved, anyway. Hold yourself together. We're no strangers to effort.
We've been
push
here
this
before?
back down. No, you can't bury that feeling. He can't make us quit, no matter how much he tries. He knows that talking's all he can do. Of course he's gonna try and confuse us.
You aren't whole.
We don't.
I don't know if it's worth it getting like the little one-liners from the voices.
This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible.
Is this what
Yes, we need to be there.
This was all of us, fighting as one.
Alright, so they all are really gonna get like a literal one-liner. Alright, so we'll get the
Please, don't make us.
I
The
can
wild.
remember it now. I'd forgotten how much it burned.
At least we didn't have to sit through it to the end. But I think she owes us, don't you, lads? She barely felt more than a little indigestion while we burned away inside of her. This doesn't feel like a fight. This isn't what I wanted. Where's the
So that would be
victory
the
in this?
only change in Stubby because of us getting eaten. Because I think we had Stubby before with the witch. We're going to stand still.
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous. The princess lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
We're going to play dead.
We're playing dead.
Yeah.
It's unexpected. It could work. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you collapse to the ground, feigning death.
Possum, fool a
She lands
predator by
directly on
faking
top
your
of
own
you with her
death.
full weight, nearly crushing you into the dirt, but then silence, only broken by the sound of your beating heart. It actually worked, didn't it? Only, what do we do to make her leave? Do we just keep playing dead? She sniffs at you, shifting her weight uncomfortably as her face finds yours. Her breaths are hot and oppressive against your skin.
Have you seen my great big eyes? Because they see you, fledgling. They see your heartbeat pulsing in your throat.
Move, now!
If I don't have the knife, yeah.
But it's too late for you to move. Her jaw unhinges, and she swallows you whole.
So kill myself.
Oh, isn't that fun? He's upset.
He is upset.
Of course I'm upset. The world is at stake here, as I'm sure you already know. If you really want to know what happened, we tried playing dead, and she ate us.
Yay.
She ate you.
He doesn't understand.
Sure, being one with the princess is pretty great, but what can we even do right now? Hope we're not supposed to just passively exist like this. I did not sign up for passive existence when we faked our own death.
Neither did I.
No, please, anything but that. You can't just passively exist forever. Not with her. That isn't how it works.
Don't look at it!
Maybe a little peek wouldn't hurt. Aren't you curious?
I'm curious.
I'm curious. You should look. Never mind. If he wants to look, then I don't want to.
Yes. Let him look.
Please, don't make us.
And just like that, I can remember it now. I'd forgotten how much it... As you remember the terror, you remember that you... Finally, something is happening. I honestly didn't know what to make of all this. Bit too metaphysical for me. It's hard to have a goof when you're stuck being metaphysical.
Yeah.
I feel empty.
I don't think we should kill her. It would annoy him if we didn't, right?
Just say you're a softie.
I feel safe. Do we have to do this?
You have to. You know you have to. Ha! That's right. See us. I thrive on your frustration.
I do too.
I didn't think you would do that.
Bury it.
You can't bury that feeling. You can't.
The past doesn't have to exist. Our freedom is within us.
Screw all of this, and screw this guy in particular. Always telling us what we can and can't do. Always going on and on about rules and the fate of the world. I've had enough.
Same. I've had enough too.
Yeah. Ruin his day.
Yes.
Beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole.
Doesn't look that great. I like it better in here.
Yeah. That's my guy right there.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
Wait for her to strike and hit her back.
This isn't going to work. We're in her domain. We just have to stay alive.
If we keep dodging her forever, we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up. We have to take a risk. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you tighten your grip on the blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes into you. You're sent sprawling and can already feel the massive bruise blossoming on your ribs as she scrambles back into the darkness. Look at that! We wounded her.
We did.
She wounded us. Bad trade.
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
She rears back, then leaps at you, more forceful, more ferocious, more serious. The scuffle is brief, and though you inflict a few deep wounds, you find yourself quickly overwhelmed by her savagery. You collapse to the floor, and she wastes no time before pouncing on you in a
Jesus.
flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught. By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines, spine severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor.
Oh my god.
The princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
No, that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, we're...
Dead.
But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
The den. So then let's just go without the blade.
No steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk.
I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it. You carefully make your way down the stair.
Alright,
the
so
last step
most of these
gives way
options
to
should be
doubt,
the same.
but the jungle is pressing in on it. You see only a
And the
flash of
voice lines.
princess.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
What do you
I
want?
want to swallow you whole.
Don't ask her what she wants. Just run for the blade upstairs and slay her with it. Is that all the advice you have? She's just a pretty...
Why do you want to kill
Why
me?
does anything kill?
I didn't say I want.
It sounds what she's coiling for. We're on the back foot. The back foot. It doesn't matter.
And should I run for the stairs here?
Yes, now's our chance. Quick. Right, I agree. We can't do anything without a weapon. We can regroup once we're armed and try to figure out a better plan. We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her before we are her.
Are we gonna eat out our insides? Claw and bite?
Like the cornered animal you are, you tear against the thick membranes of her stomach with every part of you that can be made sharp. Nails, claws, teeth, hands, feet.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
Oh.
Your body is violently jostled.
The cage is still locked.
Gonna keep clawing and biting.
Again you tear, heart pumping with adrenaline, your ulcerating hands a blur of feverish motion fueled by the desperation to fight against being reduced to lifeless molecules and meat. The pulling has turned to banging as the...
You can't hold me for...
Alright, so let's claw and bite again.
Your energy is fading, but you can hear her heart thumping somewhere close. There's so little of you left. Your fingers reduced to bone, your nerves bare and screaming, the acid pooling around you now a soup of your skin and meat. You are a spark of will driving a melted corpse.
That's some imagery right there.
But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets. What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yay! Oh!
That's just because
Broken!
you devoured us and we dissolved away. We don't even exist as a body anymore.
We haven't talked to him yet.
We're still here, though. I guess that's it then. This is us now. We're the woods. Okay.
Alright, so I guess we have to do everything for him. So let's look at it.
Please, don't make...
And just I can remember it now. I'd forgotten how much...
As you remember the terror and you remember that you are a distinct being with a...
I don't like this. It's better for us to be the woods. I don't want to go back.
Don't go back.
No! I devoured you!
I feel empty.
We're just like her. And she's just like us. We never should have left her.
Dang.
I feel safe. I think we are happy, actually. We might not be a part of her, but being around her is almost the same. Almost.
I didn't think you would do that after everything. It's so cold without you. Our freedom is within us.
So this should be the
We
last
just have to
wild.
find it.
What is he going on about?
This is all too much. Why can't we just let her do as she sees fit? She's the one who can handle being vast. It's not for us. It's not for me.
You aren't whole.
We don't need to be made whole.
All he has are words, and
I can...
Of course we do. To the ends of the earth.
I like Broken sometimes.
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are.
Broken didn't say anything!
Why is everything so cold?
There's something dread that thing. I don't want to look at us.
Neither do I.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
I guess I didn't just wait for death, did I?
Bad. This is a bad thing to do.
your will dissolves along with your flesh. You let go and pathetically await your death, every burning second dragging on until you're reduced to a wet pile of bone and gristle.
We'll do better next time.
Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Alright, so that's still the wild. Let me see.
You spring to a new patch of jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with
You're
a speed.
deflecting.
And you, You cannot reason.
At least she's upfront about her intent. A tickling sensation rises at the base of your neck.
Oh.
Flee. We can't keep doing this.
Okay. Stay alive. Does it work?
You're a little slower this time. Or maybe she's a little faster. You avoid her slavering jaws, but she manages to graze you, her titanic momentum skinning you along your side. It's like being sideswiped by sandpaper. How was she that fast?
You're bleeding now.
You instinctively touch your side, testing her claim. It's wet and stings from the gentle touch of your fingertips. A costly mistake. We can't make it again. We will make it again unless something changes. We have to break the pattern. We need more time. She's cutting off our escape.
Our game is nearing its end.
I don't think I can keep this up.
You have to. We at least have to make an opening. She's more tense this time. She means this next blow to be the last. The mere thought of moving again makes your bloodied side ache. We're exhausted. We're bleeding. We're still alive. We owe it to ourselves to move.
Again. Again.
Once again, you narrowly avoid the full force of the impact, and once again you are too slow to come away unscathed. You're starting to get tired. You're making mistakes. This isn't working. We have to do something. We have to figure out a plan. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. We're trying, but we can't keep this up much longer. We have to. We keep up.
You're getting slow.
Hey! Oh.
She seizes the opportunity, lunging once again from the darkness, fangs bared and claws flashing. She attacks over and over and over, and each time she leaves with a little piece of you. Too tired to think, but we have to think. We have to move. It's too late. Before you get the chance to react, it's over. She makes her last foray from the dark corners of the room, unhinging her dripping maw, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. You do your best to dive out of the way, and you partially succeed.
We can't keep this up forever. Dodge a creature. Ugh, dang it. I didn't see what the flavor text said, but I got an achievement that says you can't keep this up forever.
Partially? Yes. The princess fails to swallow you whole. She only swallows your lower body.
Hey, yo!
That's just as bad. That's worse, even.
I mean...
It's death either way. At least this will be a faster end. You look down to see that the dirt between you is strewn with your intestines, trailing all the way up and disappearing behind her blood-stained teeth. Your legs are nowhere to be seen. You start to go into shock.
Yeah!
The princess, bloody saliva dripping from her lips, idly gnaws on what's left of you as you rapidly fade away.
I didn't mean to do that. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
Yay! So Stubby's here, and Skeptic's here. So let's start with Stubby. Ready?
Yeah, we are. And this time we're not gonna run until we die. We're taking her head on and we're winning.
I like the confidence.
You felt her. She didn't have a soft underbelly. She didn't have blind spots. What could we have done that would have saved us from her hunger?
Fed her something beforehand.
When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. You have to show them your authority. There's nothing worse than a bully that thinks they own you.
True.
Great. So you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done.
Is that how you feel about me?
Oh, shut up. It bodes fine. You're the reason we're stuck in this shit situation. Now I have to do the hard work of dragging us out.
Get him!
And how do you intend to do that?
We're going to fight her, and we're going to win. There's a reason she slinks around in the shadows.
He's calling her a wuss.
Well, no complaints here. Now hold on. We're not just gonna let the fact that he knows things about this whole Lupin situation go, are we?
He's not important. He can have his secrets for all I care. She's killed us twice now, and that's enough of a reason for us to want her dead.
He said, alright, keep your secrets. Okay, what's the plan?
Like I said, we're going to fight her.
But we're so small.
We don't actually know how big she is. We just know she wants us to think she's big. And if she's going to treat us like prey again, then she is sorely underestimating us. One good wallop, that's all we need to put her on the defensive.
But we're so small. The path is different than it was before.
Ground is ground. It doesn't matter what shape it takes. We'll adapt. If it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin. Though, as evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much.
They don't.
Consider this your last opportunity to make things right. For you and for the rest of existence. But especially for you.
We don't need your pep talk. I'll make sure we pull this off.
Stubby's got this. I don't really know what else I have to do. I want answers. What is going on here? What do you know that you're not telling me?
I've told you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage. If anything, I've told you too much. Like that grumbling voice said just a moment ago, you've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much else in the way of motivation.
He's not grumbling, he's gruff. What if we just leave? What happens then?
Yeah, she was still there last time. I'm not so sure she can free herself without our help. Maybe not quickly, but it's inevitable that cabin won't last forever.
Thank you for your prime, Blue! No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through.
You make your way down to the cabin.
Oh.
Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do.
We've already been over the plan.
I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan.
It does!
It's a better plan than you had last time.
I don't like this. Don't try to keep us breathing.
I don't think I've ever seen Hunted this scared. Let's go.
The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all.
This is so cool.
The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Take it. We're not fighting a monster without a blade. Even if it's not a very big one.
It's not.
Great. That mirror's back. And it's where the door is supposed to be.
Hey, hero!
What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
Oh!
That mirror's blocking our way. Just smash it and be done with it.
I really do love Hunted. He's so sweet. Take the blade.
Yes, take the steel claw.
I am.
You
I
pull
got
the
it.
blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Good. One step closer to ending this.
Alright, now we approach the mirror.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair.
You heard him. Stop hesitating and smash that antique.
That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else.
How does he know this?
It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It went away after we reached out to it last time. Might as well try wiping it clean again. What's the harm?
What's the harm, indeed? Swipe the mirror.
You reach forward and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own. You step forward into the darkness.
Want to do the other one? Smash it.
You bring your fist crashing down into the open hole leading to the basement, throwing yourself off balance and tumbling headlong into the pitch black.
Oh, that's a little different, actually.
If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
He can't help himself, can he?
As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs, no entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
It said she's the den. Does that mean she's this whole place? We have unfinished business.
The princess leaves your remark unanswered.
Yikes.
See? She knows. We have to be like her. Focused, present, patient. We're past the point of words anyway. This is a conversation that can only be had with hard steel and sharp teeth. You put the voices to the back of your mind and proceed down the stairs.
We should talk.
The princess leaves your remark unanswered.
We don't have to fight. I'm ready to let you out of here.
The princess leaves your remark unanswered.
We don't have to fight. I'm ready to let you out of here.
The princess leaves your remark unanswered.
Say nothing and silently proceed down the stairs. Oh, you're missing a bracket, guys. You're missing a little bracket.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed. It doesn't matter if we can't see down here. We know where she is.
Do we? Staying quiet, are we?
She doesn't respond. I assume that means her answer is yes.
Ha, you're so funny. We don't have to do this.
She doesn't respond. It seems that she thinks you do, in fact, have to do this.
Okay, sir. Step into the shadows and fight.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. There, she's about to strike.
From where? Oh.
With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows.
She's awesome.
You're quick to react, swinging your blade, its tip intercepting her before she can draw first blood. She recoils, stunned for a brief moment.
And then?
See, I told you. We needed to assert our might. We needed to prove to her that she can bleed too. She'll doubt her every move now.
Does she have more legs than before?
But you don't have long before she lunges again, re-engaging with even more ferocity than before. But that voice in your head wasn't wrong. Within that ferocity, there is also hesitation. Not much, but enough.
She's such a good puppy. Look at her.
Not a word is spoken between you and the princess as you exchange blows in the dark. The glint of bloody claws and fangs, the flash of wet steel. In the pit, all of your senses are heightened, each injury stinging like a chorus of insects, each small shift in your favor a major victory that swells your heart.
Ooh.
Then it all reaches a climax.
Successfully take the fight to a creature in her den.
And
You're just gonna skip out on me after this? Oh. But he doesn't respond. Eyes glance at you from the untextured threads of the world unraveled. Am I free? They ask. Oh, she can't speak. She's so cute. Oh! But you do not have an opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place. Look at her! I have to be quiet. Babies are sleeping. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Look at the hands on the tail. Let her out of there!
I'm sorry. There are some changes.
Okay. The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is consumed by instinct. A predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a bold heart. She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself. But she is only a voice.
She can't talk.
Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
How can she... She's not a voice. She can't talk. No, like really. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
You won't.
You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. A wordless vessel. Bring the den to her. See? She's wordless! Alright, so we got the den, and I think we got the skeptic.
you're on a path in the That didn't
Yes.
work. We're going in with a plan this time. We're not getting stuck in another loop, just acting on instinct. We're stuck in a big enough loop as it is.
True.
Instinct was keeping us alive.
Was it though?
Until it wasn't.
Right.
So what are we supposed to do? Great. So you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done. So you know more than you're letting on.
As always.
Yeah, what he said. Of course I do, but believe me, it's in your best interests. The more you know about the princess, the more difficult your task will be. And why is that?
He doesn't want us to catch feelings.
Having me explain why would defeat the whole purpose. There are simply some things I'm not allowed to tell you. It's a hard rule. And whose rule is it? Who's telling you to boss us around? We've died twice already, and if you want us to stay alive this time, it's in your best interests to give us an edge. It's my rule, and this conversation is over.
Dang. Alright, let me see if there's any different conversation. What's the plan?
She spent as much time as she could in the shadows, so we're gonna draw her out. But she's fast, and she's clever. We're clever too, so this time we're not gonna let her cut off our escape. We're gonna lead her to the stairs ourselves. It'll be a lot easier to deal with her once we can actually see what she is.
True.
But you already know what she is. She's a princess. Yeah, right. A princess we couldn't see, and one that had big, sharp teeth, too. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing our job?
What's our job?
Sharp teeth.
He's so innocent. This path is different than it was before.
You're right. This is different, isn't it? I'm starting to lose track of things myself. ground is ground. It doesn't matter what shape it takes. We'll adapt. If it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin.
He said the
as
thing.
evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern.
He finally admitted there are other worlds.
Consider this your last opportunity to make things right. For you and for the rest of existence.
Oh, fuck
Especially for you.
that. Aww.
Clearly we're not getting anything out of him.
He does love us. We are technically his baby. We're his little baby man. I want answers. What is going on here? What do you know that you're not telling me?
Like I said, I've told you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage. If anything, I've told you too much. You've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much in the way of motivation.
What if we just leave? What happens then?
Doesn't seem like she can escape on her own.
But you can.
Maybe not quickly, but it's inevitable that cabin won't last forever. And she will? Forget I said anything. Just treat this with the urgency it deserves.
Alright. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do. Alright, we've been over the plan. Goad her out of the shadows. Make her show herself. And what if she doesn't want to be seen? We'll figure out a way to make it happen. And if that doesn't make her any easier to fight?
Figure it out when we get
It's
there.
always easier to fight what you can see, no matter how big or toothy she might be.
He's not wrong, though. Alright, let's go.
The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Of course that damn mirror's back, and of course he's not saying anything about it. Why is it following us? What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement.
Following's a good word for that, actually.
He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that.
I was gonna say, technically it's not sentient, so it can't be following us, but...
Then either way, we need to investigate. Might as well get started.
So let's take it first.
Yes, take the steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Odds are we'll need it. Thanks for not putting us in a bad spot.
And look at the mirror.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair. Haven't you been paying attention? We're not hesitating. This supposed hole is blocked by that old mirror. That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It's so grimy. Maybe we can wipe it clean and finally get a look at ourselves.
Oh, so we don't get the choice to smash it because we don't have Stubby.
You reach forward and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own. You step forward into the darkness.
We have unfinished business.
The princess leaves your remark unanswered. See? She knows. We have to be like her. Focused, present, patient. I suppose it'll take a little more than words to coax her out. Let's keep going.
See, Skeptic's not really unpredictable. He's pretty run-of-the-mill. So Stubby. Say nothing and silently proceed down the stairs.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed. Stay on your toes. We take a step into the shadows, and as soon as she moves, we jump back, make her follow. From there, we trap her in the tunnel, draw her out of the cabin, whatever it takes to get her out of her element.
Dang, you thought about this. Staying quiet, are we?
She doesn't respond. I assume that means her answer is yes.
Oh, I never did the other one, actually. We don't have to do this.
She doesn't respond. It seems that she thinks you do, in fact, have to do this.
Step into the shadows, ready to fight.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. There, she's about to strike. We're screwed. I know. This wasn't part of the plan. We were supposed to come down here prepared. Oh, what's the use? You just barely make out the shape of teeth and eyes as the princess emerges, enormous maw gaping, ready to swallow you whole. And...
yeah, it's the same thing. Alright, let's go back to... Alright, Stubby. Let's not take the blade. So, approach it without the blade.
I don't know what you're planning, but you're making my job a hell of a lot harder right now.
Well, you're not physically out here, so...
The steel claw makes us sloppy, too confident. We'll be faster without it.
Don't call me sloppy! It's rude.
You step forward, approaching the small hole. You heard him. Stop hesitating and smash that.
Alright, so we'll smash it.
You bring your fist crashing down into the open hole leading to the base. If there were once stairs leading...
Alright, so I'm not going to say anything.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. It doesn't matter if we can't see down here. We know where she is. It would be better with a blade, but we'll make do.
Country girls do make do. Step into the shadows without the blade.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide. There, she's about to strike. We're screwed. We can do this, even without a weapon. I'm no stranger to bloody fists. You just barely make out the shape of teeth and eyes as the princess... And...
No, that's it? Alright, step into the shadows to lure her out.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. What? You're gonna turn around the second she runs for us? You'll get us killed, you pathetic fool. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. But you've already started your swift escape. Stop it! Fight her! The conflict in your heart, though usually of little consequence, slows you down just enough. You don't make it into the tunnel before you feel her hot breath at your back, rushing up your spine and closing in on your neck as her teeth press into your skin and... Death. Again.
Don't sound so happy about it. But death doesn't come. You turn to see that something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place. So I'm gonna take the blade.
Yes, take the steel claw.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward.
Wipe it clean.
Reach forward and wave your hand.
Say nothing.
You say nothing, maintaining the basement.
and lure her out.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. That's right. Keep steady. Don't let your nerves get the better of you. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. But you've already started your swift escape. That's stage one. Now stay focused. You dive into the tunnel and begin scrambling up towards the cabin. You hear her behind you, claws raking at the dirt, chains rattling, breaths hot and heavy with the effort of the ascent.
Okay.
But the sounds are coming slower now. The breaths pained and stuttering. You no longer sense frantic motion behind you in the tunnel. You risk a glance.
I got flight success. Successfully flee from a creature in its den.
She is a broad and sickly creature.
Oh.
Her withered and emaciated flesh clinging to bones too large to fit in the narrow space. She managed to squirm her way into the tunnel in pursuit, but now she's stuck, incapable of either moving towards you or returning to the open darkness.
Oh, that's rough.
So that's what she's become. She wasn't like this when we started, was she?
Step hero, help me.
No, she wasn't. Looking at her makes me feel sad. Yeah, now that we can see her, she doesn't feel like much of a threat at all. Her eyes look up at yours, wide, pleading. Come back. You can imagine them saying, "Don't leave me here." But you shouldn't listen to the sad eyes of a vanquished enemy. She wants nothing more than to change places with you. If you want us to ignore her, then why would you tell us any of that wide, pleasing eyes begging for mercy business to begin with? All it does is make us feel conflicted.
How's it feel to get made fun of, narrator?
I'm merely describing things as they are. It's not my fault that her eyes had something to say, even if that something was a ploy, which, if I might stress, I pointed out to you. What should we do about her anyway? Can she still end the world like this?
No.
She hurts. We should help.
She's so
We did
cute.
bring the blade. Maybe we should use it.
She's so cute.
Splendid idea. You have a job to finish, and this is the perfect opportunity to finish it. Or maybe we should try and talk to her. That's a terrible idea. Your first one was better.
She's so cute. Oh, I want to boop her schnoot. Okay, so I'm gonna slay her first.
You tighten your grip around the blade and cautiously approach the princess. She eyes you with the silent resignation of someone or something that has long accepted its death.
I can't do this.
You lift the weapon over your head, preparing a lethal blow. Just one strike, and the entire world will owe you a debt of gratitude.
Oh. But the blow never lands, nor will it ever. It's time to leave. Let's talk.
You cautiously make your way closer to the princess, her eyes avoiding yours with the silent resignation of a defeated predator.
No. Oh. But you don't get the opportunity to speak to her. You turn to see that something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place. Alright, one more load. I have one more load for you guys. Alright, so without the blade.
You really think being unarmed is best? I hope you know what you're doing, but let's not forget that it's up here if things go south. The steel claw makes us sloppy, too confident. We'll be faster without it. You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair. Haven't you been paying attention? We're not hesitating. This supposed hole is blocked by that old mirror. That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else.
Okay. Wipe it clean.
Reach forward and wave your hand over.
Don't say anything.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you. The basement is dark and. Stay on your toes. We take a step into the shadows, and as soon as she moves, we jump back. Make her follow.
So then these should be the last ones, but I guess it's just this one. Step into the shadows and try to lure her out.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. That's right. Keep steady. Don't let your nerves get the better of you. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. But you've already started your swift escape. That's stage one. Now stay focused.
I'm focused.
You dive into the tunnel and begin scrambling up towards the cabin. You hear her behind you, claws raking at the dirt, chains rattling, breaths hot and heavy with the effort of the ascent. But the sounds are coming slower now, the breaths pained and stuttering. You no longer sense frantic motion behind you in the tunnel. You risk a glance. She is a broad and sickly creature, her withered and emaciated flesh clinging to bones too large to fit in the narrow space. She managed to squirm her way into the tunnel in pursuit, but now she's stuck.
This might just be the
capable of either moving
same
towards
thing.
you or returning to the open darkness of the basement below. So that's what she's become. She wasn't like this when we started. Was she? No, she wasn't. Looking at her makes me feel sad. Yeah, now that we can see her, she doesn't feel like much of a threat at all. Her eyes look up at yours, wide, pleading. Come back, you can imagine them saying. Don't leave me here. If you want us to ignore her, then I'm merely describing things as they are. It's not what should we do about her anyway? Can she still end the world like this? She hurts. We should help. Maybe we should try and talk to her. This is a good opportunity for information. We shouldn't waste it.
True.
That's a terrible idea. She doesn't know anything. She hasn't even said a word since you got here.
That doesn't mean she doesn't know anything. So when it's the only option, let's talk.
You cautiously make your way closer to the princess, her eyes avoiding yours with the silent resignation of a defeated predator.
Damn. That might be the one I want to end it on. Like, actually
I'm
take
begging
to
you,
the next
don't
run.
do-
Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark. And you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin
Is a princess. Okay. So that's the wrap up for The Beast. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe. If you want, give a follow to the Twitch. It lets you know when I'm streaming and it's 100% free. You can also turn off notifications so it'll only show up if you're actually like looking for it. So that's not horrible. Follow the Twitter. Join the Discord. And there's a TikTok somewhere in there, I think. Alright, and that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys being here for my return. It was very nice to come back to. Hope you all have a good night, get some sleep, and wake up well rested tomorrow. See ya!